Hello everyone, welcome back to online classes, the session number 5 of Unit 5 Air Compressor Applied Thermal Engineering 15ME 52T. So dear students, today we are going to discuss the main topic which is called as rotary compressor. So here we are going to understand the basic concept of the rotary compressor and also what are the different types of rotary compressor, and also we are going to discuss about the construction, working principle, advantages and the disadvantages of the rotary compressor. And dear students, after completion of this, so one can understand what is the basic working principle of different types of the rotary compressor and how it works. So before going to start the session number 5, so I would like to highlight what we have discussed in the previous class. So in the previous class we have discussed about the multi-stage air compressor. So multi-stage air compressor means which is used for the compressing the air from low pressure to the high pressure. So by using the number of cylinders, and between the number of cylinders, so we are using the intercooler which is acts as a heat exchangers. So that is, the high compressed air is going to cool down in an intercooler. So we have taken an example, that is two-stage multi-stage cylinder by using the intercooler. So what happened in a two-stage air compressor means, so we are using the cylinders for compressing the air from low pressure to high pressure. To maintain the high pressure ratios, we are going to use the multi-stage cylinders. So first cylinder is called as the low pressure cylinder and second cylinder is called as a high pressure cylinder. So in between these two cylinders, so we are going to provide the intercooler. So what happened in the first cylinder? The piston is going to move from the top to bottom and air is sucked into a cylinder, and here the pressure is when the piston is moving in the upward direction, the pressure is going to compress from 1 bar to 5 bar, and the remaining pressure is going to compress in a second cylinder. So before sending the compressed air to the second cylinder, so it must passes through the intercooler, so where the high pressure air is going to cool down and the cool air is going to pass into a second cylinder, that is called as a high pressure cylinder. And there again from the air will get going to compress from the 5 bar to 10 bar, and whatever the compressed air is there, so that is allowed to store into a pressure vessel. So this is how the basic principles we have discussed in a previous class. So in today's class, so we are going to discuss the other type of compressor, so which is called as rotary compressor. So in this rotary compressor, so as we have discussed and classified in the first session, so rotary compressors are nothing but, so these are the positive displacement compressor, and so in this, so we are going to use the rotary element to compress the air from the, that is low pressure air to the high pressure air. So in reciprocating, what we are doing, so we are using the arrangement of piston cylinder arrangement, so we are using for compressing the air, but in the rotary compressor, so we are using the rotary elements to compress the air to the high pressure. The main advantages of the rotary compressor air, so it provides the continuous output at a high pressure by using the pressure at a low delivery. That is, so you can say the rotary air compressor provides the continuous output and used for the high pressure application. And also, so the delivery pressure is very low compared to the reciprocating air compressor, and in this rotary compressor the high speed we can maintain, and the rotors are run at a high speed by using the different prime movers, just like in a steam and gas turbine engines. And these rotary compressor, again it has been classified into 4 types. One is lobe type rotary air compressor, vane type rotary air compressor, centrifugal air compressor, and the screw type air compressor. So one by one, so we are going to discuss the construction and the working principle of these four types rotary air compressor. So you can see this is a rotary blower, or it is also called as low type rotary blower, low type compressor, or it is also called as the rotary blower compressor ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So you can see, so this is a construction. So here the outer part is called as a housing, and the air will get entered or drawn from the inlet wall, and these are the constructions what you are seeing. So these are the lobes. So here I have taken example of two lobes. So this is a one lobe and this is second lobe, and this is a pair, so which is called as a lobe ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So it may be a 2 lobe, or it may be a 3 lobe, or it may be a 4 lobe, depend upon the application. So we are going to use the types of the lobes. So here I have used the 2 lobe air compressor. So these are 2 lobe, and here so we are using the rotors. So we can say this is nothing but a shaft or rotor, so which is connected to the motor. So when the motor rotates, so these lobes will be rotating. One is a clockwise direction and another one is a anti-clockwise direction. And here the one lobe is connected to the acting as a driver, and another one acts as a driven. And these two lobes, the rotor are placed at a parallel to each other. So this rotor and this one rotor are placed at a parallel to each other. So nothing but it consists of two rotors, and you can say the lobe type compressor are simplest type of the rotor compressor, and here the no complicated elements are provided in a lobe type air compressor, and it consists of the two rotors, and these two rotors are parallel, connected to the shafts, and the shafts are parallel to each other, and these are the placed inside the housing. And rotors are driven by the shafts, or you can say the timing gear, and these rotors so have 2 lobes or 3 lobes on them, and these 2 lobes are meshed with each other. And when the rotation of the lobe sucks the air in, the air will be travels through the space over the lobes. So because of the little clearance between them, so results in the air, so which is get compressed and lose the compressed air at an other end. And the lobe type compressor produces the high volume of a compressed air and requires the less maintenance, and but the pressure of the compressed air is limited and it is noisy in operation. So you can see this animation, and this is a suction wall, and this is a outlet wall, and the air will be going to suck from the suction wall, and due to rotation, the clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation, so this low pressure will get compressed between the space, and the compressed air will be delivered at the other end, so which is the outlet ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So this is very simplest compressor, so rotary compressor, and here so the pressure compressed air is very limited, and you can see the advantages and disadvantages. The lobe type compressor produces the high volume of a compressed air and requires the less maintenance, but the pressure of the compressed air are limited and it is noisy in operation. So these are the main disadvantages of the lobe type air compressor. And where we are using this, so we are using air condition, vacuum pump, and supercharger for the automobile applications. And next, the second type of rotary compressor is the vane blower compressor. So what do you mean by vane blower compressor here? So as you see here, so this is a schematic diagram of the vane compressor. So outer part is called as a casing, and these are the rotor, and these are the vanes or plates of the TV, and these plates are placed into a slots, and this is a rotary drum, and the slots are connected to the rotary drum, and these vanes or plates are placed in between the slots, and this is an inlet valve where the air will be going to suck, and this is a discharge where the high pressure will be get out. So vane type compressor consists of a rotor placed eccentrically inside the cylindrical housing. The rotor provided with the various slots in which the sliding wheel is placed and vane rotates with the rotors. The eccentric position of the rotor allows the plates to converge and diverge as it moves over it, and the conversion and the return movement of the plate will be ensured by means of the springs. And how it works? What is the working principle of the vane blower compressor here? So when the air enters at place where area is minimum or where area is there between the two plates, the air will be enters at that place and moves along with the plates. As plates converge, the surface area decreases, which results in the compression of the air, and the compressed air leaves at the other side, which is called as outlet, and this will be get stored in the pressure vessel, and from there so we are utilizing for the different applications. So here you can see the animation, and this is a inlet and this is a outlet, or you can say discharge. Due to suction or vacuum, the air will be enters into through this suction, and then the plate will move at this area. So where the space is there the air will get stored, and while movement, so this will be compressed and discharged to the other end. So this is the working principle of vane blower compressor. And you can see the advantages and the disadvantages. So compared to the previous lobe type, the vane type compressor compresses the air to the high pressure, but it requires the more maintenance. So there the maintenance is less, but here, so as number of rotating elements, that is vanes elements, we are using the maximum numbers, so the maintenance required will be more in the vane type rotary compressor. And the applications are, so we are using the oil industries, gas industries and chemical industries, and for the boosting of the gas, so this type of the vane type blower, so we are going to use. And in the next session, so we will discuss the other two types of rotary compressor. Thank you everyone.